if they want to keep society controlled, if they want to keep the poor poor and the rich rich, they know that they have to get to the men, because the men are able to guide, to protect, to serve, we're meant to be the head honchos in the society. And if they can weaken us, via our attention, via our emotions, keeping us in our emotional states for a longer period of time, via distracting us with women, having twerk videos in our face, having pornography images in our face. If they can get us addicted to pleasure, then they can get us addicted to being in our current states, in our lower states. What's good? It's your boy Cito, too cold, too gold, too real. Welcome back to the League of Extraordinary G's, a place for you to come in front of Battlefield of Life to create, reflect, refocus, and remember, the world is yours, so let's conquer it. This is power, what separates the boys from the men, and if you want to conquer with me, I suggest you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications. My G's, today, the topic of the discussion is overcoming your addiction to women. So pretty much in this video, I want to pretty much outline how society sets us up to be addicted to the stimulation of women, having a woman around, being comfortable, and pretty much the pitfalls associated with overcoming your addictions to women. So everybody knows that having a woman around is one of the best things that you can feel. Being next to a woman is one of the best things you can feel, when you feel like she understands you and she is connected with you. It's one of the best feelings when everything else in the world around you seems to be very chaotic, and it feels good to have a place of peace. It feels good to have a place of comfortability. This is the feminine. But essentially, guys, you have to know that being in this place for too long, being in this mindset for too long, makes you forget that at the end of the day, you have a game to play. At the end of the day, you have a battle to fight in this outside world. And pretty much the world sets us up to be addicted to women because they push women in front of our face all day, every day. When you look at social media and you scroll on your timeline, 9 times out of 10, the women are the ones who are making most of the posts. The women are the ones who, when it comes to commercials, the companies are targeting the women more often than men, because they know that women spend more money than men. They know that women spend more time in the grocery stores. They know that women spend more time on the shopping sites. They know that if they want to keep society controlled, if they want to keep the poor poor and the rich rich, they know that they have to get to the men, because the men are able to guide, to protect, to serve, we're meant to be the head honchos in the society. And if they can weaken us, via our attention, via our emotions, keeping us in our emotional states for a longer period of time, via distracting us with women, having twerk videos in our face, having pornography images in our face. If they can get us addicted to pleasure, then they can get us addicted to being in our current states, in our lower states of survival. And pretty much this is what happened to a lot of us. This is what happens to a lot of us. In my experience, the reason why I had kids in the first place was because, one, I was young and dumb. Was doing things that I didn't know how they would affect my future. But at the end of the day, if you are someone who has kids, you have to take that, put that on your back as strength and say, this is why I have to move forward. Because at the end of the day, God creates children. But if you're not someone who has kids, you don't want to be someone who is trapped in the pitfall of being addicted to a woman, getting into another relationship, dealing with another woman in the wrong capacities, investing too much of your time, because it's always easier to invest. It's always easier once you start talking to a woman to speed up that process. Drake said everything is easier to get into than get out of. So this is one of those things that is a constant reminder that, once you get into something, it's a lot harder to get out of it. Once you get angry, it's a lot harder to cool yourself down. Once you get into your emotions, it's a lot harder to get out that rut. Once you get into the court system, guys, it's a lot harder to get out of that trouble. So overcoming the addiction of women is number one priority, because a lot of us were raised with single mothers, and because of this, a lot of us were coddled. A lot of us, we stayed in our boy phase for too long. A lot of us relied so much on the opinions of our mother, the approval of our mother, that when we grew up and became men, we subconsciously believed that, okay, I need to have the approval of a woman to feel like a man. I need to have a woman by my side to feel like a man. I need to be distracted with getting women, pleasing women, just to feel like a man. And even in elementary school up to middle school and high school, you will hear a lot of guys talking about, oh, I got these men or girls, or I'm doing this with a chick and this and third, and you start to feel like, oh, I'm missing out, or maybe I'm not good enough. And this is the conditioning that we have to condition ourselves out of, that we have to learn ourselves out of, because if we don't, we're going to be stuck in this phase of not accomplishing what we were sent here to accomplish. We're going to be stuck in this phase where if a woman wants to push your buttons, she knows you better than you know yourself, and she's able to push your buttons. If she wants you to pay for something, all she got to do is act a fit. If she wants you to commit to something, all she has to do is remove her sex from your life, and you're gonna fall weak. You're gonna fall victim to doing whatever it is that she wants you to do, because you're addicted. You're addicted to that lifestyle. You're addicted to those perfumes. Subconsciously, you're addicted to the beauty. And they are all wonderful things. And to a man who is where he needs to be, he does need a distraction. We do need distractions from the world. We do need something to do when there's nothing to do. But we have to also keep on our grind and get that work done. Because at the end of the day, you may have invested yourself into 10 women, 20 women, but the return on investment for going after those women is very low. At the end of the day, you're going to end up with a lot less, because she's taking a lot more from you than what she's giving. We have to be more focused on our attentions. What emotions are we focusing on? Sitting with those emotions. The good ones and the bad ones at the same time are teaching us the direction that we're supposed to go. So embrace those good emotions. Feel those good emotions. But having those good emotions all the time is not necessarily a good thing. So learning how to be fueled by the bad emotions, by the negative experience too as well, will enable you to go into the right direction and fuel you to be able to move into where you were a boy into a man. Moving from boys to men is about, you don't feel much different, but you have to be led by your intellect rather than your emotions. You have to be led by what you know and not what you feel. You have to be led by, you know, this is what's going to get you this result, and you know what is going to get you this result. You have to start thinking sideways. You have to start thinking about, this choice could possibly have these outcomes, and if I make this choice, then these are the outcomes that I'm probably going to have to deal with. And then say, I'm not going to make that choice. Because what makes a boy a man is being able to have restraint. Restraining yourself from the things that you know you want to do, keeping yourself from that instant gratification, restraining yourself from the clubs, the parties, the drugs, the alcohol, because you know that it's not going to have a return on investment. Restraining yourself improves your strength. It improves your self-strength, and it enables you to be the captain of your soul. It enables you to be the one that knows when someone else is pushing your buttons. It enables you to know when something else is pushing your buttons, when something else is controlling you. When you have to wake up every day and just to get started, you got to smoke weed. You're relying on something outside of yourself just to get your day started. You're relying on something outside of yourself just to have a positive emotion, when you should be doing things and able to create positive emotions and possibly celebrating after you get those things done. You can't celebrate every day. We have to work every day. And the reason why a lot of us are having to go to jobs is because we haven't built our own businesses. We haven't done the work. We haven't figured out what it is inside of us and the tools around us that's going to enable us to have a better life so we don't have to go to work. Being addicted to the female is the reason why society is the way that it is. And it's our fault as men, because we have the power to change it. We have the power to remove our attention from women. We have the power to put our attention on things that are going to be much more positive. And then when we get to where we need to be, when we do the things that we need to do, then we can reward ourselves. Then we can take care of those women that we want to take care of, if we want to take care of them. Then we can selectively think with our minds which women are the best ones to be around, the ones that deserve our attention, the ones that deserve our respect, deserve our admiration. But overcoming the obsession with the female box is something that's rooted deep inside of us since we were a kid. This is power, what separates the boys from the men. And if you want to conquer it with me, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join the league. The award is yours.
Hey, she wanna take it to Fiji. I'm chasing the check, ain't chasing the chick. She do anything just to see me, do anything just to please me. Yeah, I cannot settle for baby if she doesn't need me. You gotta come with more than body, baby girl, you gotta feed me. Hey, I'm blessed, I do not worry about it. I tell my worries to prophets. I'm in a hurry, I still gotta open her door, I cannot just hop in.